Fucking Modern Axe does damage too, and it does a lot of block.
Why won't you fuck?
They're working on it, dude. It takes time. They gotta build an intimate relationship with an emotional
They're
well-being.
rabbits. They don't give a fuck. They'll fuck
They
anyway.
They talk to each other about emotional things, about what they like and what they dislike, and then they go on their first dinner date. Okay?
How the fuck they do that?
And then they talk and 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 then they keep talking, and then probably around like the first like month or two of them being together, which is like fucking like 4 or 5 minutes. Like 4 or 5 minutes their time. And then just like bang and bang and bang and bang, bang, bang. I just tripped the fucking trap because I couldn't see it. And I don't have any sticks to
I think we got
fix it with. And then they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk for like a month. Like I said, it's like 4 or 5 minutes their time. And they figure out that they both are virgins and they've never done this before. But the guy has a lot of experience because he watched a lot of porn, so he knows exactly what he's doing. And so she goes, okay. She goes, okay, I trust you anyway, and I love you, and I want you to be happy with me. And then they bang. And the condom breaks, and they have a baby. And then they're stuck, and then the wife divorces the man because the man drinks too much alcohol. And he's an alcoholic, and he refused to go to his AA meetings like he promised he would. And so they get divorced, and he's forced to pay child support, but he eventually goes to jail because he doesn't have a good paying job. He can't pay his rent, and he can't pay the child support, and so he goes to jail for a long time. Okay. You caught a lizard, by the way.
Oh, fuck yeah. Just in case of something.
And so he goes to jail for like 10 years, which is like 15 minutes his time. And so he goes to jail, and then he comes out, and the wife puts a restraining order on him, and he can never see his kid again, but he's still forced to pay child support. But while he was in jail, he got a really good education on counseling, and so he becomes a counselor. And he makes a lot of good money, and the wife takes the restraining order off. But he takes a restraining order off, and she wants them to get back together because he's got a lot of money, he's a good counselor at what he does. He got his certification, he has his own business for counseling people who have alcohol problems. Okay? And so the wife takes the restraining order off, he sees his kid, and his kid's probably like 5 years old now, which is probably like, I don't know.
Another 4 minutes.
Like another 4 minutes. And so he sees his kid for the first time in forever. And he doesn't take the wife back because he found somebody else after getting out of jail. And so he's in this loving relationship with this other chick, and he says, no, I don't want to bang you anymore because of what you did to me. And the wife gets really mad and tries to bring him to court because he wasn't paying the child support again. But when he goes to court, the male is better off than the actual woman is. And the court actually like turns around and says, "Hey, we're gonna give you back custody for your child." And so the man gets his kid back, and the wife is left with nothing. But the wife has a good paying job, and so she's settled off. But like she's not in as good of a condition as the man is. So the man gets his infant back, but not really infant, his toddler back. And unfortunately for the child, the child has PTSD now because he has no idea what's going on. poor kid doesn't understand like what happened to his dad for the longest time, and he's asking a lot of questions. His dad is like, "You're too young to understand what's going on right now, but I'll be sure that you are taken well care of, and I'll answer your questions when you get older." So an actual couple years pass by. The dad's getting on the older side. He's about like 40 years old now, which is like a good like 30 minutes, which is like a good 30 minutes after. And he's still a counselor, and the kid's a teenager now. And the teenager's like asking questions again now, and the dad's like, "Son, I gotta tell you, when I was younger, I was like 30 years old, which is like 15 minutes old. I was a huge alcoholic, and your mom she forced me to pay child support. She put a restraining order so I couldn't see you. And I went to jail because I refused to go to my AA meetings, and I couldn't pay the child support off. I couldn't do a lot of things, so I went to jail. But while I was in jail, I got a somewhat of an education. I got certified in counseling, and now I have a really good running business. I'm a counselor for people who have a problem with alcoholism. And what happened, why you moved in with me after a long time, was because I was better off than your mom was. Your mom wasn't doing so great. She was just getting by and paying the bills, and so the court decided that you come to me. And so this kid's sitting back and listening to all this shit happen. The kid's just confused and wants to see his mom. And so he does. They go and visit the mom, and the mom is all worried. And mind you, this guy, the guy who has the kid now, still is married to this new woman, and she is very jealous. But when they go back, the husband he got the PTSD too, and so he kind of has like a bit of a freak out as well. And the mom is well off confused because the son refused to call the mom because he technically has two moms. And so the son still has a lot of questions to be asked. And so the son asks all the questions to the mom, and the mom refuses to answer them. And so the mom left. Or the father and the son left, and the son asked the dad why the mom wouldn't answer the questions. And the dad says, I don't know, son. But you need to understand that what I've told you is basically what happened. I don't know why she wouldn't answer your questions. Like, I was so willing to answer your questions. And I apologize that she was like that. So they go back home. The kid's lying in bed, and they're just lying, and he's just lying there, looking up at the ceiling with the stars, with like the star prints that you put on the ceiling and shit that like glow in the dark. Well, he's got those, and he's just standing there, and he's thinking, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with all this PTSD? And so eventually, he starts talking to his dad, but like more in a professional way. And so he started asking him what he could do to calm himself down, to be able to go to sleep at night. And the dad gives him all these tips. And so the dad gives him the tips, and the son tries them and they work, and he's able to get a full night's sleep again. He's able to do all that stuff. So years pass by, and the dad's like really old now. Dad's wicked old, and he's on his deathbed in the hospital. And the son and the moms, yes, the two moms are there, and they're talking to him. And the dad looked at the son and said, "Son, I love you. I hope you know that." And the son goes, "I know, and I love you too." The son is really sad. He's crying. He takes his dad's hand, and his dad looks at him. And the dad puts his head back, and he passes away due to natural causes. The son cries, and they have a funeral.
Is that it?
So the son goes to college. No, the son goes to college. He's already been to college. Following his dad's footsteps. He wanted to be a counselor just like his dad because he wanted to be as successful as him. But the son was having trouble in college at first, but he got over it. And so more years pass by. The son has a wife, and he has kids. The moms have passed away. And the son looks back at his life, and he was just wondering, like, what the fuck happened to all the years, because he misses all those good times that he had with his dad. He misses all the time in college playing baseball and doing all that stuff. Yeah, Rabbit can play baseball. And he played basketball. He played for Space Jam. And the kid grows to be old and he passes away. He dies happily. There's the story.
When you started talking about